Hi guys, it's Stephanie from Shimmering Bodies. What I have for you today is a tarot card reading with channeled messages, and this is in honor of what is healing over this next lunar cycle. So we're looking at going from the full moon that's happening tonight for the month of February and going into the next full moon, which will happen in March. And so what I did is I pulled some cards, these 3 cards here, that just have to do with the collective and what everybody's going through at this time. And I also divided the reading out into astrological signs. So we have the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You can also go to the Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. For the water signs, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, or to the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And you can pick your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or just pick one of the card stacks that makes sense for you. You can choose any of those readings, and the link for those readings will be posted below. So just of what's the collective going through at this time is we're still going through a great deal of confusion and challenges and healing when we have to be on our toes. So this is about a time of not knowing what the future holds, of having to go within to intuit what are the best next steps to move forward, and to not get too caught up in the challenges of it all, because there are still great challenges that have occurred and that will be occurring, and to be really wise in all the actions that we take at this time with great and meticulous attention to detail, because whatever we're doing now is the step that moves us forward into what happens next. So we really want to be very aware of what we're setting up, and also to remember to just practice kindness with others always, because we don't know what they're going through or how all these stresses have affected people. And as a whole, we're just all going through a great amount of fatigue and just that inner challenges where you have to pull yourself up from your bootstraps. So go ahead and look at the links below and choose a reading accordingly. Again, you have the water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, beautiful air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, as well as the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, so this is a reading for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And you can use your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or even if you're just feeling akin to the earth element today, then you can choose this reading. This is for the full moon in February, but anytime you come to this, this could hold some messages for you about what you're healing at this time. So before we get into it with the cards, I do a little bit of channeling and a meditation on you before I open up into the reading. And so what I was really connecting to is this idea of changing pace. And I think what's happening on a larger scale right now is that energetic densities are changing. And so I feel like this could be uncomfortable for people with earth signs, because earth sign people tend to relate to maybe a heavier density, just to feel that weightedness and that groundedness. And so the density is getting lighter and lighter, and that can be disruptive to your system. So I was thinking about the idea of being grounded even in a lighter density. So just connecting yourself with the earth and going for walks and grounding into nature, and even on, urban walks, looking at trees and things like that. I was connecting to the feet and just allowing the feet to be fully spread when you walk, and about really allowing your ankle joint to relate to your jaw joint, so that as you're walking, you're also releasing jaw tension. And I was picking up maybe the possibility of whoever's coming to this reading of that you might be suffering from headaches. I was also picking up maybe some menstrual issues, having difficult periods, or just irregularity with your female cycle if you're a feminine. And if you're a masculine, I was picking up on maybe some just irritability and kind of a little bit of like a hormonal moodiness kind of shifting through, that's a little bit like painful to the heart. And I was picking up on trying to be okay with your environment and finding peace with the people and places around you that you're processing right now, and relationships that you're tending to. And one thing I thought would be good for you is to spend some time in that special space that you have. I think everybody has a special place where they go to feel calm, to feel free, to, when they're feeling uncertain, you know, you might go to the beach and do walks at the beach, or go to the mountains, or have a favorite spot that you like to go and be outdoors. I think that's going to be really good for what you're going through right now. And there's a lot of energies that are passing through, and densities are shifting. So it's like you're shedding a skin, or you're releasing something out of you. And this can be physically challenging, because it's going to physically make you feel really different. So you might feel like you need to like carry yourself a little differently, or you might feel different when you're walking. Also, I was really just picking up on the womb space, or the lower belly space, as well as the joints in the body and the knees. So I was thinking you could focus on sounding, which is when you just, you know, you vocalize to release tension. So you can do things like, or just sighing, or you can make noises or grunts or sing or whatever, something where you're vocalizing, and that helps to release physical densities. All right, so the other thing I was picking up on is just getting regular exercise and connecting with yourself in sexual ways, and not necessarily sexual ways that relate to spirituality, but sexual ways which just bring you back into your body and into the physical plane, and thinking about how you give and receive pleasure within yourself. And then for dietary things, I was thinking about antioxidant foods like grapes and figs and things that have dark skins. And I was thinking also about the importance of staying hydrated, and to feel that elasticity in your body when you're nice and hydrated and not dried out, and to take in clean air and clean water. And then I came up with chaste berry, which is a really good herbal supplement for, you know, issues of the female reproductive system. And then I came up with 2 oils that I channeled. One is rose oil, and the other one is ylang ylang. So, all right, so those are my little channeled messages, and now we'll go into the actual tarot card reading. So I'll just flip these cards over. You can look at these beautiful pictures and images. Oh, that one's so gorgeous. So I channel the messages and then pull the cards afterwards. I just have a hard time like shuffling and holding my phone at the same time. So that's why I shuffle first and I let the cards kind of fly out. And nobody likes to get the death card, but that's actually not bad like you might think it is. All right, so let's start at the top here with soulmates. So this card is about being authentic within yourself. When I pulled this, I was really thinking about the pain of separation when you're separated from somebody that at one point you felt so close to. You have 2 butterflies here that are coming together and creating light, and you can see they left their cocoons and transformed. And whatever person you know related to as your soulmate, or that you may have parted from in the past, just know that there's always more people to have soul connections with. And I am sensing that you're still processing maybe an old love, and that moving forward, starting to get into a place of trust and true alignment, so that the next person you connect with, it will be more truly aligned with you. And so I feel like that it's kind of like what I'm picking up on is a heartbreak energy. And so that it kind of comes into this, which the whole theme of the reading is what is being healed within you right now. And I think you're purging a lot of past hurts of the heart. And so the unicorn and the maiden is, it's about a couple different things. One of the things is it's about purification, because you have the maiden who's, you know, technically a pure virgin, right? And she's the one that can see the unicorn. You can't see the unicorn if you're not pure of heart. And in some stories, you know, they'll say you have to be a virgin in order to see the unicorn. So this card is about the maiden who lives in the real physical realm, and she communicates secretly with the unicorn who lives in the non-physical realm. And so that's more of a magic realm. And the horn on top of the Capricorn's head is about that third eye space and really connecting to the intuition. And this is about connecting to your intuition in order to let things go and to really purge and cleanse things out of your system, and to giving yourself time to connect with the other world while staying grounded in this world. It's also about communication. So if you're, for instance, a writer or somebody who is an artist, this can be a sign that you're working on a creative project, or thinking about writing a book, or have something that you want to write or work on that's written word, but it can also just be any kind of creative project. So that's a good sign to continue forward with that and to align and channel the messages for whatever your creative project is. All right, so the Five of Spring is sort of about conflict. These little children that are fairies are fighting, and it's kind of like, you know, those, not the big war kind of fights, but those stupid little silly spats that you have with people that are around you every day, like the people you work with, or your parents, or your family, or your partner. So this is just saying that, you know, everybody has different opinions, and sometimes you can feel at odds with yourself or with others, especially if there's somebody who's overly ambitious involved. So this could represent like your external situation is a little bit of conflict and strife. All right, so then we have the I Remember card. So this is a card that's basically about that concept that before you came into this life, you knew and planned everything that was going to happen. And it's the difference between the fated life and the destined life. The fated life is sort of like the life you're born into, whereas the destined life, it incorporates free will. So it's what you choose for yourself. So this might be a time for you where you're breaking away from what you felt was your fated life, or the life that you were born into, and you're now starting to realize, wait a second, things aren't holding me back as much as I thought they were. I can make new choices, different decisions, and come through with different outcomes. I'm also picking up on a need to connect with your higher self and to ground, sort of like the unicorn and the maiden card. It's about connecting the spiritual world into the physical world. And I feel like that's the message I get from the image on this card as well, is just grounding that cosmic energy down into an earth plane. And I love this position that she's in. She almost looks like she's sitting on top of water and straddling it and really anchoring down into it. Right, so then we have the Ten of Boons card, which the Ten of Boons is sort of like you're out in the forest and you're thinking, I'm totally screwed, I'm lost, I've run out of food, I've gotten to like wit's end. It's like you almost give up all hope, and then suddenly a miracle happens and you're like, wait a second, I see a light, and you go towards the light and you open the door, and it's all these people that welcome you in, and they offer you food and a place to live. And then you kind of realize, actually, these are my people. Thank God I got lost in the forest because I came out on top and now I'm so much better than before. So I think this is kind of like an accumulation to what I was reading before, which is about the past having some sort of heartbreak, and that kind of maybe threw you off your soup a little bit. And then, going through a process of purification and really getting in alignment with your higher self and seeing what you want to pull into this world. And although at times you might be in certain circumstances where there's a bit of conflict, that you can choose whether you want to be in that conflict or not, and you can choose whether you go towards what you feel are your restrictions in the fated life, or what your free will is and the destiny that you can create to change things. And this is saying, yes, you can create change. And in fact, finding kindred spirits is it's just so important. It's like more important than anything, because just not being alone and feeling understood in the world, that's what this card represents, and also represents the end of a cycle. This is a 10 card. The maiden card is also another 10 card. So you're just sort of getting to like an end of a learning cycle. All right, so the next card is this jade. I love jade. It says, I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. And I was picking up for this group that there was maybe some financial concerns, but maybe that the concerns aren't as bad as you think they are. It says, improve visualization of positive outcomes, attract good fortune and good luck, improve financial status, and activate your millionaire mind. And I think that has to do also with like your fated life versus your destined life. Again, you can choose to attract good fortune and good luck and positive outcomes by controlling the way that you think. All right, so on that soulmates card, I was kind of curious about that last thing. So I did some clarification cards, which is the Queen of Cups. And so I feel like that represents you, which is that you were emotionally available. You were trying to share your cup with somebody. You were coming to the relationship with open arms, and you wanted it to work out. I kind of am picking up on the vibe that whoever your last person was the person that ended things. But I feel like the death card was just saying that it was sort of like just inevitable to move on to the next stage of your life. And I feel like that's a blessing in disguise. So the death card is just saying that that situation is over. And the soulmate card is basically saying to me, that something has ended, but that a new thing will start, and it'll be much more rainbows and unicorns and sunshine. Like it's just a happier, you're going to be in a happier place is what I was sensing. And I really felt like this card was sort of your outcome. So I think you're in a really good spot. I think you have a lot of positive things going on. I just think you're processing some stuff and getting in touch with new levels of creativity and new levels of communication with the divine, and sort of like solving some maybe conflict around you, as well as working on fate versus destiny and the free will you have to change things. So work on your thoughts and your actions and try to transform as much as you can during this period of great growth. All right, so then we end the reading with a little moon quote, since this is in honor of the full moon. So this is the quote I picked for you. The moon, like a flower in heaven's higher bower, with silent delight, sits and smiles on the night. That's by William Blake. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't connect to this reading, there are other readings for the other astrological signs, so you can pick another one if you like. All right, thanks.